Hello, I am Sutapa Mukherji. I teach in School of Arts. So it's a pleasure to introduce this course to you, Introduction to Mathematical Biology, MAT 268. So the first thing is, what do we learn in this course? I will give you some examples. One example is like this. A cell, biological cell, consists of huge machineries, each of them functioning in their own way as required by the cell, and complex processes happen inside a biological cell. So for example, a specific kind of molecule may move inside a very complex environment of a cell to perform certain jobs as required by the cell. So we will learn how to describe its motion under complex conditions inside the cell. So essentially what we will do is, we will learn associated biological details and then build equations to describe the motion of this particular molecule and then solve it. Another example could be like this. We know that bacteria are single cell organisms that often live in colonies. So we may be in diseased condition if we are infected by certain types of bacteria. So when bacteria are there, for example, you are infected, you typically take antibiotics, and at that point the bacteria will encounter environmental stress because of antibiotic. So they may disappear for some time, but again they may reappear. So the question is, how do they manage to survive the antibiotic stress? What processes or what strategies they adopt in order to survive the stressful condition. So the question is then, can we describe the processes? Can we understand these strategies that bacterial cells would adopt? And can we understand these processes through mathematical models? So in short, you can say that the course will help you understand how we use various mathematical and computational tools to understand biological processes. So the next thing is, who can take this course? So there is a prerequisite. Interested students must have taken mathematics at 11th and 12th level, or have credited any of the two courses, Introductory Calculus Math 142, Intermediate Calculus Math 146 at Ahmedabad University. So essentially all the students who are interested in mathematics, who are interested in computation, can come and join this course. So I look forward to welcoming from all branches of science and engineering to this course. So I have a few things to say about different kinds of students coming with different majors. So for biology students, I have this beautiful quotation from our textbook, from the preface of our textbook by Elizabeth Ullman and John Rhodes. There they write that the image that biology science, which persists among many college students, does a great disservice to those who hold. So I hope you appreciate this statement. You will be able to appreciate biology as a quantitative science and not as a descriptive science. And then predictions from modeling can help you design experiments in an informed manner. So you already analyze the models before designing your experiments and you know what to expect. So it saves consumable costs, it saves time, and it helps you design more meaningful experiments. For students of other branches of science and engineering, you need not come with a prior knowledge of biology. You will learn everything, all the details of biological processes through slides, videos, etc. in the class. So the question is, why do we need to learn? Why do we need to get into this area? The need of mathematics was appreciated long back by biologists, and it dates back to even the time of Darwin. Darwin's theory of evolution came, and Darwin came up with this theory of evolution through very keen observations of nature while traveling across. He regretted that he didn't learn into the depth of mathematics. Darwin's regret, as I have written here, he says, at some point he said, deeply regretted that I did not proceed far enough, at least to understand something of the great leading principles of mathematics. And this was sometime back in 19th century. And then after that, it was Gregor Mendel, an Austrian scientist, who basically understood Darwin's theory of evolution in a different way. Darwin understood that there is something called inheritance, but he didn't understand the mechanism of inheritance. It was Gregor Mendel who understood the mechanism of inheritance and came up with probabilistic and basis of Darwin's theory of evolution. So that's how mathematics helped since then. So students from computer science, so how does it help our in terms of our career paths? So students from computer science, engineering, mathematics and physics, for them I have things to say. Mathematical biology, new career, for example, in pharmaceutical industries, and researchers in these industries are engaged in large-scale modeling, for example, to understand interaction between drugs and the target molecules. Then exciting research opportunities open up as academicians. Biological processes are complex, and till date we understand a very, very insignificant portion of it. Opportunities for a practical career in areas of direct social relevance, open up, and these are related to health, nutrition, disease control, environmental issues. And for students of biology, these quantitative skills will broaden your employment and research. So I will end with these few quotations which I have taken from this particular article, Biology is the New Physics. This article appeared in EMBO reports, European Molecular Biology Organization reports. And the first one says, this growing role of mathematics in many research projects has significant implications for the skill required and the teams involved. The second quotation says that there is also a growing need for truly multidisciplinary individuals for recruitment to small projects that are not able to resource separate people with each of the skills needed. So when we come up with your mathematical intuition and how to design biological experiments, then you are the right person for these kind of industries and these kind of projects. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Lakshmi